Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of Pirillo Picks. It's a weekly show and tell, a geek haul that I do every week, a weekly geek haul, really, of some of the things that I've picked up over the past week or, discovered or completed or whatever. I'm very happy to do this. I'm actually doing it as a part of the live TLDR. That's not all, folks. The live broadcast for my patrons. If you want to become a patron, you can head over to chrispirillo.com and ask me questions. Any questions, and I'll talk about whatever you want me to talk about if this is not the thing you want me to talk about. The first thing I wanted to talk about is something that we've already pushed an update out for. LockerGnome's Interactive ABCs Geek Edition. It's an ebook. It's available in iBooks right now as an exclusive, so you can get it on your iPhone, on your Mac desktop, or Mac laptop if you want, your iPad. It was really optimized for the iPad, but you saw on the cover Diana and myself. Here's what makes it interactive. Here we got a page, letters in the gutters. Get your mind out of the gutter, because this stuff is good stuff. A is for arcade, and you see the 6 up here in the corner? You can double tap in random spots, or really pre-designated spots on the page, and pull up surprises, pop-up surprises. It's interactive. So you can explore and you can admire all of the graphic quality. Kelly Issaquah illustrated this and did an absolutely amazing job. I had a lot of fun doing this, and we've already had our first review posted. Not a lot of people have seen it. The first day we sold a whopping 10. Well, it's better than 5. We've got a slow march to 10,000, but we got all letters of the alphabet set up and ready for you to tap around on. Wireless, W is for wireless. Looks good on an iPad, looks okay on an iPhone. Maybe we will port it to other platforms if people are interested. That's the first pick of mine over the past week. The second thing I wanted to show is the Tusken Raider with hollow cheeks. I mentioned this in the vlog. I discovered this is the one that I had growing up. Now, discovered as if I just had it. No, I had it when I was growing up. I needed to use some kind of peroxide solution to remove the marker from its feet, and that, for the most part, has been done. Had to get a new cape. But this is a rarer Tusken Raider with what they say are hollow cheeks. And I had it in my collection. I just needed a new cape, new weapon, and it was good to go. So this is awesome. This is like going to be my primary Tusken Raider in the definitive collection, and I am working on fully completing it. There are a few other things that I'd be happier with. I got a new R5D4. This is also vintage. The sticker, in terms of the quality and the yellowing, really good, except the problem is one of the legs rubbed against the sticker. Not happy about that. The legs are also a bit looser than I'd like them to be. The head still clicks. That's a good thing, but I am looking for a potentially better R5D4 if one exists. Also, got a Princess Leia. This one is graded. Not that I got it because she was graded. I got it because she was in pretty good condition compared to a lot of the Princess Leias that I was finding. Not just in terms of the cape, the quality of the cape, the color, not a lot of yellowing, not a lot of damage in that capacity. Came with her weapon. But I am likely going to be finding a way to trade this one for one that's already loose, that's potentially in better shape. She was one of those that I needed to complete the vintage figure collection. You will see, as the patrons already have, that I finally had a chance to tour Nathan Sawaya's The Art of the Brick. He is a brick artist that I guarantee you've seen his work. He surprised me with a BB-8, with a head that spins. Now, why did he surprise me? Why is this a surprise? This isn't just a Lego BB-8. This is a Lego BB-8 built by the one and only Nathan Sawaya. So this is a BB-8, which means everything to me, but it's beyond priceless. I mean, this is made by one of the world's leading Lego artists, if not really one of the only Lego artists who really bills himself as a Lego artist, and absolutely has actually created. He created it just for me. Wait till you see his stuff. If you haven't seen his stuff, you got to look him up. And I can almost guarantee you've probably seen his stuff already. But Nathan gifted this to me. I never would have asked for it in a million years. And very happy. This is if you ask me, hey, Chris, what's your best or favorite BB-8? Sorry, Sphero, you got to move over. This is it. One of a kind. Priceless. I was speechless when he handed. I got goosebumps when he handed this to me. It's the best thing I never could have asked for. Now, here's something that I probably could have asked for in another capacity. I showcased the Elite Series die-cast action figure, the Grievous that I got Disney makes these die-cast action figures specifically for Star Wars. I finally had a chance to unbox the General Grievous today, and I'm sitting here saying, as much as I like the Elite series and the details, this is probably the last Elite series figure I get, because I like how they look in the box, and I may continue to get them as long as I keep them in the box, but this was a nightmare to remove, just like every other Elite series from the packaging. Absolute nightmare. Very difficult to pose. Its limbs have fallen apart, and I've had to reattach them. You know, they've got the sockets and ball and socket joints. It's just not, it's not a good figure. It looks nice if you can get them to pose in the proper way and to have them hold on to the lightsabers, but you can't do that easily because the rubber that the hands are, it doesn't necessarily tighten around the lightsaber hilts. It's just not a very good figure at all. In the box, it's amazing. Out of the box, I'm going to set it up and never touch it again. No one's going to breathe on it again. That's just not a good, that's not a good figure. Probably the last one. Probably. I reserve the right to change my mind. Speaking of changing my mind, I showcased, I think, certainly in the vlog, if not in an earlier Pirillo Picks, the fact that I am a Garbage Pail Kids fan. And Garbage Pail Kid for life. I have all the unopened wax packs -1 until today. I had second series all the way to 15. We're talking about the vintage line. But today, I finally got the very first, believe it or not, first series Garbage Pail Kids wax pack. I have the first series, but I never got them in the packages. Because by the time the second series rolled around, they were done with the first series. Outright. They were done. I could never find it. Never found one in stores. Never. Now I have one. It's going to stay in this acrylic case. I assume it's acrylic-ish case, because it's definitely a crown jewel in my collection. So happy to have this. Unopened wax pack, Garbage Pail Kids, definitely worth a little more than 25 cents. Not many of these around anymore. And so I finally have every unopened wax pack, really, from the vintage line of Garbage Pail Kids. I tweeted this out into social not long before beginning the broadcast. Jackson Domino asked me if I had any comic recommendations. These are the comics that have come across my comic box over the past week or so. I've got to catch up. Poe Dameron 002, have not yet read it. Star Wars 019. I haven't read any of these, but I'm getting to them. Obi-Wan and Anakin 005. Darth Vader 020. They're going to be ending it very soon, and I'm kind of sad to hear that. And then something that I saw, I didn't know this was a thing, but at my comic store, they have it. Star Wars Classic. It's basically a reprint of the first Star Wars comic. It says Star Wars Day up here. It was only $1. And I grabbed it. I'm like, sure, why not? I've already read the comic before, but this is kind of neat. A reissue. I actually have the first edition. Not in great condition, but it's in condition. It's in some kind of condition. That is in the classic or vintage comic collection. Found some Star Wars stickers. I picked these up because I can, but why did I pick up these Star Wars stickers? Why did I want these Star Wars stickers? Because there are a lot of Star Wars stickers out there. 1, AT-AT. 2, AT-AT Driver. It's probably the very first time I've ever seen an AT-AT Driver sticker in like one of these sticker collectible packages. It's really neat. I think it's really neat. It's one of my chases. I love AT-AT Driver. I'm in. I'm happy. When Diana and Jedi were visiting their homes in Texas, home family in Texas, they found. I need to slow down. I need to enjoy this. A Darth Vader tin with stormtroopers on it. Jedi wanted me to open this, so I did, and that was a dumb idea because then I ended up with goo all around, the tape goo. I took Goo Gone. There's a spray bottle Goo Gone. That's the one I recommend. Put it in the dishwasher, and it was fine. There's Darth Vader boxers inside. I was smart this time. The last time, even though this tin's not in great condition, I was so excited to see a Darth Vader tin, I just grabbed it. I'm like, these are extra large. I'm not going to gain weight just to wear Darth Vader boxers. Boxers. But I got this tin. Darth Vader, thank you. That was a gift. I appreciate that. Even though they've updated and have so many more figures be released, I did finally get this Star Wars, the quote-unquote Ultimate Action Figure Collection, pretty much up to date from vintage to 2012. I got it just because I like picture books, and even in flipping through it, going, oh yeah, I have that variant. Oh yeah, it's really cool. Again, it's not really definitive anymore because they've naturally produced far more figures since then, especially in this scale and 3 3/4 inch scale. my favorite scale, really. But it's just kind of neat to thumb through and to look at and just enjoy. I enjoy picture books. I enjoy Star Wars figures. Even has Yak Face right there. I have Yak Face. Not this one, obviously, but Yak Face. Probably one of the happiest moments in my life is when I got that Yak Face, which is that Yak Face over there. The other happy moment is when I got this Anakin. Well, not this Anakin, but the classic Anakin Skywalker, the vintage. I say classic, but I mean vintage. I'm a fan of modern figures as well, but before I show you those, let me go ahead and pop back to my vintage collection. I have something that I'm probably going to be selling. Can you believe that? I got it at a good price. So this is one of the reasons why I'm thinking, I might put it up for sale. This is a vintage Luke Skywalker. It's in a star case here. Not the card is not in great condition, not in bad condition. From Return of the Jedi. There's the back right there. Got a classic 65 back. And Chief Chirpa and Logray are not blacked out there. But what makes this one unique is one thing. Not Luke. Not the card, not anything. It's the fact that this Luke Skywalker has a blue lightsaber. Let's see. I'm going to take it out of the star card. Not a big deal for me. I don't necessarily collect Luke Skywalkers. And I was fine in getting the loose blue lightsaber. But this, right, that lightsaber there will make this, honestly, I could probably, even with this damage here down on the corner, I could probably sell this for $400 or $450. So I'm entertaining offers. I'm not joking either. Someone will buy this from me. And if they don't, I'll hold on to it indefinitely because there are fewer and fewer available. So there's a Luke Skywalker, still in package, sealed bubble, slightly yellowed, but it's got a blue lightsaber hilt, or lightsaber, period. Very rare. Collectors want him. Trust me, or it. Him, it, it's a figure, it's an it. I always am peeping for super values, and you know, when someone's selling a Star Wars figure for $1 or $2, I kind of feel like almost obligated. Like I have to. So I ended up getting all these modern Star Wars figures. This is the thing. A lot of people who got these newer Star Wars figures, the Power of the Force line, they're not worth anything. Got these for a couple of bucks a piece on card. They sliced into it, though, to make sure I couldn't resell them. Okay, whatever. No one's buying these except for me. I'm the only one buying these right now for $2. No, I'm sorry, $1.75. Which is great because the pricing on some of these are like, see if I can find one with a price tag. It was like $5. I'm like, man. So, sometimes toys don't gain value, but to me, it's the emotional value that I might get from seeing a 2-1B, even if it is modern, even if other collectors may not want it. $2, $1.75. I couldn't pass it up. This box. It was crazy. And then someone in a group that I belong to was selling all of his Cantina patrons and all of his the Biff, the Figurin Dan and the Modal Nodes and the Cantina patrons. These are modern. None of these are vintage, but ones that I wanted to have. Feltapern. I want to say, is that alien's name? A Momane Dawn. You know, I'm a fan of Hammerhead. The accessories as well, but all of these figures loose, he was selling for a song, probably right around the same rate. And I was like, I have to get these. I mean, it was a good price. Now, the funny thing is, people laugh at me. They make fun of me. But here's the thing. Let's see if I can find the figure I'm looking for. I could sell 2 of these figures and make up the price for all of the figures. If I sold my dice, this is a dice. If I sold this one in conjunction with Trento Duaba, I could probably basically make back what I spent for all of these. He was just a motivated seller, and I was a motivated buyer. So I got a lot of the Cantina patrons, not all of them, but very happy to have them loose, because the other ones I have are carded. They also got rid of their Ewoks. Now, I got a handful, like 12, 13 of them. Took a lot of them with me on the recent adventure with the Toy Photographer Meetup. I ended up compiling those shots into one video that has now been made public. I think I called it the Ewok Adventure. And I used my phone to take the pictures, and I thought they turned out nicely. It was just a short video, and it was a lot of fun. But I took those Ewoks with me and had a lot of fun with doing that. Normally, I wouldn't take my own stuff out into the wild, but I kept my accessories at home. Just took out the Ewoks because we were going out to the woods and the river and everything. So I thought, it just makes sense. I mean, why you could bring a Cantina patron, but come on. I mean, would you really expect to see a Biff like on the waterfront? No, but an Ewok? Oh yeah. He would probably be better suited like next to a skyscraper because he looks futuristic, right? Even though Star Wars happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Speaking of a long time ago, I'm not done. Sit down. You sit down. I'm not done. Or keep standing, whatever you're doing. I use Instagram all the time to follow other vintage collectors and resellers because they often find things that I had been looking for or eyeballing. This was one of them. Far Toys basically surfaced this, grabbed it right away. I was like, yes, claim. Dixie used to make Star Wars cups. These are little wax cups that we used to have. They were kind of a dime a dozen back in the day. And I didn't save any of them. But they had, this was The Empire Strikes Back. They also had Return of the Jedi back in the day. There's R2-D2. There's an Obi-Wan Kenobi. I didn't get all of them, though. There's one with Luke and the Wampa, and Hoth, Han Solo with the Millennium Falcon. Do I plan on using these? Not necessarily. Slave 1, so on and so forth. So, I could. They're still just as good today. I mean, wax isn't going to go bad. It's going to last forever, just like these plastic figures, which is why I love them so. The box is not in great condition, but I got so many cups. This is cool. I could, not to say I will, but I could go through the cups and find a cup that someone wants and end up selling it and end up selling a lot of them. And again, making up the price for one of these. You see what I'm saying? You feel me at all? Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm laying down? So yes, this is Pirillo Picks and I love it. Wax will melt. But especially if we're going the way we're going with this planet. I am contributing by taking in plastic. Hey, I adopt Star Wars. That's what I do. We all have a thing that we do. If it's Star Wars, I will give it a good home. Even if it is modern. I don't care. Speaking of, this is another acquisition. Right now, you can get these at about 33% off. This is Nines, also known as Trader. This is now available as a Funko Pop tee. Got it? Not exclusive that I know of. Very, very comfortable, very awesome. And he's got Nines right there. Nines. I like Funko because they're soft. They're awesome. They're Star Wars. And they also come with a little collectible cardboard insert, which is nice. I happen to like that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead. I move these Dixie cups out of the way. I'm trying to... Nothing damaged, nothing broken. Everything's fine here. Situation normal. Finally, found a good price on some older Star Wars Hot Wheels that I'd been eyeballing. They had a series of 8, and I don't know if I'm even going to show you all of them, just a couple of them. These Hot Wheels still in package. The packaging, maybe not in prime condition, but still good enough. In this particular series, Hot Wheels released Jedi Order, Sith, Galactic Republic, Separatists. They basically had different groups, and each group was represented by a character. For example, for the Jedi Order, I'm holding on to an Obi-Wan Kenobi. This was 8. 8 of them were released. I have all 8 of them, including one that I really like. This one. There you go, Clone Trooper. And I also like this one, General Grievous. Not the only General Grievous car. This General Grievous car, sadly, is better than the General Grievous figure that I have behind me. Sadly, because I really wanted that General Grievous figure to work, but it didn't. And then there were at least 2 others. Now I'm talking about like series that were released that were in limited release. This was a series of 6, and right now I'm holding on to Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. These were nice because again, you have 6 of them to collect in this particular series. You've got, of course, Vader, Skywalker. You also have R2-D2, Princess Leia, C-3PO, and also Han Solo. I didn't really get into collecting these types of vehicles when I was a kid, these die-cast vehicles. And I don't know why I didn't pick these up before now. Maybe I was just waiting for the right price, and I finally found it. And then went ahead and got all the different collections that I was looking for, including this newer collection, which includes Star Wars Rebels. There we go. Got Caught, Clone Wars, classic Star Wars stuff, really. So they're basically like the other series I kind of showed you, but you can see the movie or movie realistic like posters that adorn the packaging. Love the packaging on these. Love the packaging on these. These are so worthy of display. And this particular series shipped to me in really good condition. That's the thing you got to be careful about when it comes to packaging, especially packaging on products that you would intend on displaying. So I got all those, and I will probably be finding room for them in the butler's pantry, getting rid of other stuff in there like glassware that nobody cares about. Who needs a decanter? Who knows what a decanter is? I know what a decanter is. I just use what do they call it? The Venturi? I did a review of the Venturi like eons ago. I still remember doing that right here. It's a gadget. You probably don't care because you don't drink wine. Unless you do drink wine and you are interested, in which point I would tell you to look it up. I'm finding cool things all the time. I'm getting cool. I think they're cool things all the time. This is not everything necessarily. It's probably over the past couple of weeks. I think I've picked most of these up, or some of the things that I've had for a while. But I found a way to kind of showcase them for you in the patrons. Thank you for tuning in. Very happy to have these in my collection. Very happy to have you in my community. Happy to do this at least once a week. Keep watching the vlogs. You'll see things as they kind of come in, amongst other things. If you want to hear me talk about things that you'd rather have me talk about, again, head over to chrispirillo.com and consider becoming a patron. You can become a patron of the vlogs too. Get sneak peeks, deleted scenes, and whatnot. Head over to geekfamilyfun.com for that. You can follow me throughout social. Get deals at deals.lockergnome.com. Get our daily email newsletter by heading over to lockergnome.com. Check out the links in the description. Have a good day. There's a smiley face. Have a good day. Have a nice day. Sorry, have a nice day. Just imagine I've got a big yellow smiley face right here. Insert big yellow smiley face here. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. Today's free podcast highlight was brought to you by all of my active patrons from chrispirillo.com. If you want access to the full TLDR episodes, both audio, video, past, present, and future, which can be up to an hour long or longer, with even more tech insight from me every weekday, plus other bonus content without ads, and support me at the same time, you can sign up to become one of my supernomies too. This is just a brief taste of what I'm producing for you daily. Again, get more through chrispirillo.com.